السلام عليكم، ازيكم؟ وحشتوني جدا. وبشكركم جدا على المداخلات الجميلة اللي انتوا بلغتوني بيها، وقد ايه ان الفيديو ده ساعد طلبة كتير قوي وعمل ريفرش لبعض المعلومات اللي كانت عندهم خاطئة. برضو في أسئلة جاتني كتير قوي ورديت عليها، فأنا بشكركم جدا ومبسوطة بيكم قوي، بحبكم جدا ماي ستودنت، لانكم كنتوا انترست قوي بالفيديو بتاعي، وحسيت قد ايه ان هو كان مفيد ليكم، ودي كانت خطوه جميله قوي. اوعدكم ان انا احاول ان انا اكتر من الشرح بتاعي، يعني ابتدي ان انا بدل ما يبقى في الويك اند يبقى sometimes also I can make another videos. I will promise you inshallah. Let's to start our lesson today about the number. Sorry about my voice because I have some problems. يعني تعبانة جدا وبحاول ان انا اظبط لكم الدنيا، بس الحمد لله. Let's to start. I promised you, all of you, last time we are going to explain this part about identifying natural numbers in integers. And also rational numbers in the reciprocal. Let's to see what is the natural number. Do you know what the meaning of the natural numbers? The natural numbers here, it will be if I ask you counting, can be a counting number, and also can be called a whole numbers. What's the difference between both of them? A counting number from its name, meaning all the counting number, all the number I use it only in counting, like in 1, 2, and 3, and so on. But for the whole number, it will start with 0, 1, 2, 3, all the positive side and 0, all the positive side and 0. So in natural number now, the positive numbers plus is 0. And we can say, if I ask you, write or list the counting number, you will know what you have to do here, and also for this part. What about the integers number? Integer number represented by the z, and it is the number line, all the number line in negative side and zeros, and also the positive side. This is what we have here. I can say the number line. I have the number line, so I have 0 and a negative side and also the positive side. I have here the positive side. Just now we said about the positive side is called a natural number. It's called a natural number. So what the relation between a natural number and integers numbers? The relation between them, a natural number is subset from an integer number. This is a sign, we call it a subset. This is the relation between these two sets in natural number, because it is only the positive side, and the integers number, all the number line positive, negative, and 0. So we call it natural number is a subset from an integer number. If I wanted to represent it by Venn diagrams, how I can represent it by Venn diagrams? By this way, we can just only draw the Venn diagrams and put it as a subset from each other. So I can write here, a natural number is a subset from integers number. This is the relation. A natural number is subset from integer, and this is very important in the exam. Most of the questions, many coming about to ask to distribute the number in the Venn diagram. What the relation between the numbers, what the sets, what many things about this part, and it's very important to understand how to distribute the number in the Venn diagrams. What about the rational numbers? We said the rational number, any number can be written as a fraction. So if I told you 3 over 4 is a rational number, minus 5 over 6 is a rational number, and also L2 is a rational number, Some students, they told me is integers number, not a rational number. But I told you, yes, it is a rational number because I can represent it by 2 divided by 1. Any integers number, I can put it in the fraction form by this way. So all the integers numbers, it be apart from the rational number. So now, what the relation between these two sets? So I can say an integers number is a subset from a rational number. Is a subset from a rational number. This is the sign we represented a rational number. So now, if I wanted to find the relation between the natural number, integers number, and the rational number as a set, what the relation between all of them? So I can write the natural numbers is a subset from integers number and subset from a rational number. If I wanted to represent it by Venn diagrams, so I can also draw the Venn diagrams by this way, and I put it the subset here, so I can just write a natural number is a subset from integer number and is a subset from a rational number. This is the relation between this. I have also another type of the number called irrational number. Irrational numbers, this is numbers cannot express as a ratio between two integers number. This is the very important part. You can understand what the meaning of a rational number and represented by this sign. So I have here, this is if I wanted to find what the difference between a rational and the irrational numbers. If I have here 2, a square root of 2, and the square root of 4, the answer of the square root of 2 is 0 point something, but here it will be equal to. And the 2 I can represent it as a ratio between two integers number, yes, because I can write it 2 over 1, so it is a ratio between 2 to 1. But here I cannot represent it as a ratio between two integers number. So this is, we call it a rational number, and this is, we call it a rational number. Now we understood what the difference between a rational and an irrational. I can say also a square root of 3, a square root of 5, a square root of 7. All this is, we can call it rational numbers. Very important notes you have to take about it, about the pi. Is the pi rational or irrational numbers? If I wrote the pi by this way, it will be belong to a rational number. A rational number. But if I put it by as a fraction 22 over 7, the value of it, this is, it will call it a rational number. This is would be rational number. So we have to take care about which one it will be rational and which one it will be irrational in coming in the exam. For example, use pi divided by 2, and they ask you this is rational or irrational. So this is also, it will be irrational numbers, is not rational numbers. You have to write it by the value of by, it will be rational number. So what the relation between all the number we know it today, what we understood today about the numbers, all the numbers is called the real numbers. All the number we call it the real number. I use it to say real number is the mother. يعني هي الأم وما شاء الله معاها أولادها كتير، كلهم ولادها هم دول. Real numbers is consist of the two parts, irrational and irrational. If I wanted to represent it a real number, it will be rational number union and irrational numbers. This is, it will be all the real numbers. I do this diagram for you to just simplify all what we understood today. A real number, rational, and what is the rational number? Rational number, we said integers number and the fraction. What is integers number? Is a natural number, whole number and the negative side, the positive and the negative and the 0. fraction positive and the negative. So if he asks you what is the relation between all these numbers with the real number also, so I can make the real number is the universal set. It will be here the universal set. The universal set is called the real number, and inside it I'm going to represent the Venn diagrams by this way. So what I have here this natural number, subset from the integers number, subset from rational number, and outside a rational number is belong only to the real number but not subset from any one of them. If you wanted to find the relation, this is the most important part in this lesson, to understand what is the numbers and what the relation between them. In the exam he will ask you to write, to represent the numbers, so now it's very easy for you to understand everything about them. What about the reciprocal? What is the reciprocal? I wanted to know what is the reciprocal. If I ask you what the relation between these two fractions, what the relation between these two fractions, 3/4 and 4/3, what the relation between them? If I wanted to find the relation between them, if I said 3/4 times 4/3, if I wanted to multiply both of them or simplify, by 3 is 1, 4 by 4 is 1, so the answer is coming 1. So the reciprocals numbers, meaning two numbers, the product of them is equal 1. I have here any two numbers, the product of them is 1, and this is, we call it as fractions. Here it will be, for example, if I wanted to find the reciprocal for 5, before that I told you any two numbers, not only fraction. For 5, what is the reciprocal for 8? I know the 5, as we explained it before, we can written by this way as a fraction. So if I multiply by 1/5, so it will give you 1. So the reciprocal for 5 is 1/5. This is what we mean about the reciprocal, upside down the fraction. Is by very easy way, upside the fraction. So if I ask you without any calculations, this is the definitions, the two numbers, the product of them, 1, we call it the reciprocals. This is our fraction. Okay, if I told you 6/7 without to make multiplication, or if I ask you what is the reciprocal of it, you will tell me immediately it will be 7/6 upside down the fraction. That's it. By this way, we finished our class today. I hope all of you understood very well this part, and this is very important, and the basic also. It will be for pre-IG and the IG, because from your curriculum. I hope all of you enjoyed with me today about this lesson. And thank you, and waiting for me for next class, inshallah. And if you have also any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, to send by private on my groups or my WhatsApp, or by here. This is WhatsApp numbers. If you wanted to, this is my WhatsApp numbers. If you wanted to send for me, or by YouTube, you can go through YouTube, leave the comment, and I'm going to ask you to send you the answer. Best wishes for all of you. Have a nice day, and bye bye.